One, two, three, four, five.
Supposed to give you this from me.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yep. Is this yours too? Or did she get 30?
No, that's hers.
Okay.
I Venmoed mine.
Okay.
Yep.
I can't remember.
One, two, three, four.
Test 6, 7, 47. It's moving. Yeah. They can't hear me though? All right. Well, if this does work, welcome to the opening game of the 2025 season. And Bria Wilcox making her varsity debut. First pitch of the season is a called strike. Leading off for Smithport is McKernan. And McKernan lines one to the right center gap. That's bobbled, and they get it in, but they tag her out. Trying to stretch a single into the double. And McCurvey got that one into Glasgow. Now up for Smithport, Peyton Neff. First pitch is a called strike. Ball one. Foul ball for strike two. One-two count on Neff. Wilcox delivers. Ball two. We'll get the lineups for you here between batters. And swing and a miss for strike three. Two down for the Lady Hubbers, and pitcher Khan coming to bat. First pitch to Khan is a ball. Swing and a miss. 1-1 count. Two down here in the top of the first. Ball low. Swing and a miss. 2-2 count. And we have a full count on Khan with 2 outs in the top of the first. And swing and a miss for strike 3. So Bria Wilcox makes it through the top of the first in her varsity debut. 3 up, 3 down. Quickly run through the Smithport batting order. We saw McKernan, Neff, and Kahn. Coming up, leading off the next inning will be Coral Ternetti, who's catching. We've got Edgar batting 5th, playing 3rd base. Smith playing center field, batting 6th. Yingling in right field, batting 7th. Thomas batting 8th, playing 2nd base. And the left fielder, Weimer, batting 9th. For the Gators, the lineup in the field, as you saw, Bria Wilcox with her pitching debut. Maddie Eric behind the plate. First base is Peyton Gordon. Second base, Alyssa Tanner. Shortstop, Gianna Glasgow. Third base, Bryn Evans. And left field, Sienna Lathrop. Center field is Emily Eric. And in right field was Elena McCurvey, excuse me. Leading off for the Gators will be Lathrop. She's a sophomore, although she did not play last year as a freshman, so this will be her first varsity action. And the Gators come to bat in the bottom of the first. Kahn on the mound with Lathrop leading off. The lefty with a swing and a miss. Ball 1. Ball 2 high. Ball 3. 3-1 count on Lathrop. And she takes ball 4. Leadoff batter of the season for the Lady Gators is on first. Coming up will be Maddie Eric. Maddie batted .238 last year, which was 4th on the team. And she's batting 2nd this year. First pitch rolls in. Lathrop takes off and steals second. Looks like the Lady Gators are going to be a little more aggressive this year on the bases. Second pitch is high. Third pitch is inside, gets past the catcher. Lathrop takes third. And a called strike one. Count is now 3-1 on Matty Eric. And ball 4 high. Eric hustles to first. She's going to round it, but does not advance. And McCurvey will be up for the Lady Gators. Kirby batted .306 last year. Second leading batter returning for the Lady Gators. First pitch hits her, but they're going to call it a ball. Eric took second on that pitch. Second pitch is low. We got a 2-0 count. Ball 3. Catcher has to sky to corral it, and Lathrop steals home. Oh! Okay, we're going to have the umpires consult here. Catcher dropped the ball, but the umpire called her out. And Lathrop is safe on the steal of home. Eric took third. And the Lady Gators have an early 1-0 lead. McCurvey still in the batter's box with a 3-0 count. And that'll be ball 4. And somehow we lost the count there. So fifth pitch is a foul ball. We got a 3-1 count. And McCurvey grounds it to third. That ball is dropped by the first baseman. Eric scores. We're going to give the first baseman an error on that play. Now up for the Lady Gators is Bryn Evans. She takes the first pitch down the middle. McCurvey does steal second, however. Evans is the leading returning batter for the Lady Gators, hitting .351 last year. She fights off a high pitch there. That's going to give her an 0-2 count. And Evans lines one down the third base line, but that's foul. Count remains 0-2. That pitch is high. Gets past the catcher. McCurvey takes third. Another ball. 2-2 count. Evans lines one to third. That is saved by the first baseman, but it does drive in another run. Now up is Gianna. That pitch is high. Foul ball. 1-1 count with one out. Bottom of the first. Another solid cut. That's a 1-2 count. Another high pitch. Makes it 2-2. And a line drive. Fair ball down the left field line. Glasgow rounds first. She's headed to second. She's going to take a look at third. The ball gets past the relay. And she's going to be safe at third with a triple. Now entering the batter's box is sophomore Peyton Gordon. Gordon hit .214 last year. The first baseman swings and misses on the first pitch. Another swing and miss, 0-2. Ball high, 1-2 count. We're going to call that a ball, I guess. We got a 2-2 count. And Gordon grounds it to second. She's out at first, but Glasgow does score. That'll make the score 4-0. Now for the Lady Gators, Emily Eric. Center fielder, batted .229 last year. And she starts out with a 1-1 count. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And Eric pulls one foul. Ball 2. 2-2 count with 2 outs here in the top of the first. Ball right at us. And another ball. We have a full count. And Eric takes ball 4. She hustles down to first and takes a look, but the pitcher's already in the circle. Now in the batter's box is Alyssa Tanner. Tanner batted .250 last year. And the first pitch is a ball. Eric steals second. Tanner hits one off the handle. It's shortstop. Shortstop makes a play. And she's going to be out at first. So after 1, Gators get Con through 41 pitches and take a 4-0 lead headed to the top of the second. Okay, we're back for the top of the second. Coral Trinetti will be leading off for the Lady Hubbers. Ball one, a little low on that pitch from Wilcox. Nice pitch from Wilcox, swing and a miss. That looked like a changeup. Wilcox pitch is a bit outside. We've got a 2-1 count on Trinetti. Another swing and a miss. Makes it 2-2. And strike three. Wilcox sits her down. Next up for the Lady Hubbers will be Edgar, the third baseman. First pitch is low. Ball one. Ball two, high. 2-0 count on Edgar. And Edgar helps her out with a swing on a high pitch. That makes it 2-1. Ball three just a bit outside. Got a 3-1 count. First 3-ball count Wilcox has had in her short career. We'll see how she battles back from this. And that's going to be a bit low. Ball four, the first base runner for the Lady Hubbers. And Smith will be coming up to bat. First pitch is low. Edgar's going, and Eric's throw bounces, and Edgar's going to be safe. We're going to score that a wild pitch as it bounced into home plate. So runner on second, Smith at the plate. One out, another pitch at short, and Edgar advances to third. We have a 2-0 count, runner on third. One out here in the top of the second. That pitch is right down the middle. A little late swing. That'll make it a 2-1 count. Another swing and a miss. 2-2 count. Called strike 3. That's 2 outs. And up to bat for Smithport is the right fielder Yingling. Still have Edgar at third base. Wilcox gets the pitch call. And she hits the outside corner, called strike 1. Ball low, 1-1 count. And she grounds it to first. That's foul. Makes it a 1-2 count. 2 outs. Another foul ball as Yingling fights that one off. Still have a 1-2 count here. 2 outs, top of the second. That pitch is a bit inside, gets past Eric, but Edgar's not going anywhere. And deuces wild. 2-2 count, 2 outs in the top of the second. That ball's hit to second. Tanner knocks it down, gets it to Gordon, and that's out number 3. So Lady Gators move to the bottom of the second, leading 4-0. Coming up will be pitcher Bria Wilcox, and back to the top of the lineup with Lathrop and Maddie Eric. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Okay, we're back for the bottom of the second. Bria Wilcox leading off for the Lady Gators. Kahn still on the mound for Smithport. First pitch is low, ball 1. Ball 2 high. 3-0 count here for Wilcox. And ball 4 is quite a bit high, almost hit our camera. So Wilcox takes first. And we roll back around to the top of the lineup with Lathrop. Looks like Coach Barnett's going to call for a courtesy runner for Wilcox. Courtesy runner is going to be freshman Joanna DeRouche. So she'll take first. And again, Lathrop in the batter's box. That pitch is low. DeRouche takes a big lead, but doesn't go anywhere. Pitch 2 is high, and DeRouche is going to steal second. Lathrop with a 2-0 count. And she fouls that pitch off. Kahn looks like she's getting a little more comfortable, getting a little more speed this inning. Lathrop makes contact on that pitch. That's to the third baseman. She's going to be out at first. DeRouche with a big round of third, but she heads back to the base. So now 1 down. Maddie Eric up to bat. Eric, that was no pitch. The umpire was not ready. Maddie, you're still up. Maddie's still up. No pitch. One advantage to our listeners, you're going to get some inside information as I'm also the official bookkeeper for the game. So the actual pitch 1. Again, Eric hits it, pops it to third. DeRouche is getting some coaching from Coach Barnett that she should be tagging up on that play. But again, her first varsity action, so one to learn. We now have 2 outs with McCurvey up to bat, and McCurvey lines one to the left center field gap. That brings in DeRouche. McCurvey's rounding second with the ball at the fence. She's heading for third. And she beats the throw, but overruns the base and is tagged out. She does get an RBI. Looks like we may not have worked on sliding yet this early in the season, but we'll take a 5-0 lead heading to the top of the third. All right, we're ready for the top of the third. Thomas is going to lead it off for the Lady Hubbers. Wilcox back to the mound for the Gators. First pitch is a little low. Second pitch fouled off. We got a 1-1 count. My apologies. Called strike on the outside corner. Ball 2, 2-2 count. Wilcox gets a pitch call. Just a bit outside, full count. And called strike. Right at the bottom of the strike zone. Nice pitch from Wilcox. 1 out, top of the third. Up for the Hubbers is the 9th place batter, Weimer. First pitch is a bit low. Wilcox's second pitch is a little high. 2-0 count on Weimer. Once again, the score is 5-0, top of the third. Wilcox gets her sign. And we have a swing and a miss. 2-1 count. Ball inside, 3-1 count. And ball 4. Hubbers back to the top of the lineup with McKernan. First pitch is a strike from Wilcox. Called strike 2 on McKernan. Her first time up, she lined a single to the right field gap and was thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. Got an 0-2 count this time. That ball's low. Nice scoop by Matty Eric. 1-2 count. Foul ball. Out of play. Kernan will keep the 1-2 count. She was definitely protecting there. Pitch was a little high outside, but right on the corner of the strike zone. Another foul ball. Kernan staying alive with the 1-2 count. And that's a foul ball just outside the third base bag. So third straight foul ball for McKernan. And a swing and a miss. Wilcox battles and gets the strikeout. 2 outs, runner on first, and Neff up to bat. Neff struck out swinging first time up. Pitch is low. 1-0 count. Ball 2, outside. Called strike. 2-1 count. Called strike. That ball gets past the catcher, though. And she throws down to second. But Weimer's going to be safe. So we've got a 2-2 count. And that pitch is lined down the right field line. Fair ball. Neff heading to second. And Weimer scores. That'll be a double for Neff. Makes the score 5-1. Favor the Lady Gators. And Kahn comes to the plate for the Hubbers. Called strike. Wilcox tries a changeup. That's going to be a ball outside. 1-1 count. 2 outs here in the top of the third. That pitch is low. Scoop by Matty Eric. 2-1 count. Ball 3 is high. Swing and a miss. Full count, 2 outs, top of 3. And we've got a foul ball. Kahn stays alive. And that's ball 4. Hubbers with runners on first and second. Cleanup hitter Trinetti coming to bat. Hubbers trying to continue this rally, trailing 5-1, top of 3. Got 2 runners on and the cleanup hitter to bat. Wilcox comes back with a strike on the first pitch to Trinetti. Swing and miss for strike 2. And strike 3 called. Wilcox gets out of the jam. And the Lady Gators will come up in the bottom of 3, leading 5-1. Coming up will be cleanup hitter Bryn Evans, followed by Gianna Glasgow and Peyton Gordon. Yeah. Huh? 5-1. It's a community. School doesn't. I know. You're supposed to take them out. I'm sure it's all right, we're back from the bottom of 3. Leading off for the Lady Gators is Bryn Evans. She takes a called strike. Evans drove in a run with a ground out to third, her first at bat. That pitch bounces in for ball 1. We got a 1-1 count. Evans hits one off the handle, and the third baseman tracks it down for out number 1. Now up for the Lady Gators is Gianna Glasgow. Gianna tripled on her first at bat to the left center field gap. And she's swinging at the first pitch here and gets a hold of it. That bounces just in front of the fence. Weimer tracks it down at the fence. Glasgow's going for third, and she's going to be out. So that's the third time this game we've had a runner thrown out trying to take an extra base. Glasgow really got a hold of that one, though. Bounced to the fence. So she has a double and a triple in her first two at-bats of the season. Up now for the Lady Gators is Peyton Gordon. And we have a 2-0 count. Ball 3 goes over the catcher's head. And Gordon takes ball 4. Ball gets past the catcher, but Gordon's not going to be able to advance. And Emily Eric is now up. Eric walked her first at bat. We have 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. First pitch is a ball. Gordon bluffs going, tries to draw a throw. The catcher gets it back to the pitcher. We got a 1-0 count with 2 outs. Second pitch is over Eric's head. Again, Gordon bluffs. Doesn't draw a throw. And Eric hits that one off the handle. Short hops the shortstop, who goes to second instead of taking the out at first. And that's going to be a fielder's choice. Runners at first and second. With Tanner up. Tanner with a check swing strike. Second pitch is high. Gordon takes third, and Eric follows her to second. So both runners advance on the wild pitch. Tanner's got a 1-1 count. She goes down and gets that pitch. Third baseman is not able to control it. Tanner's going to drive in Gordon on the third base error. That makes the score 6-1 in favor of the Lady Gators, and Bria Wilcox up. First pitch is a ball. Tanner steals second. Wilcox walked her first plate appearance. That pitch is high, ball 2. Couple of ducks on the pond here for Wilcox. Tanner on second, Emily Eric on third. Ball 3 is low. And we'll see if Barnett gives Wilcox a green light here. Wilcox takes ball 4. Bases loaded with leadoff batter Sienna Lathrop coming to the plate. Lathrop has walked and ground out to third. We got a courtesy runner coming in here for Wilcox. That's going to be Darush again. And here comes Kahn's pitch. Lathrop misses that one. Strike 1. Second pitch is high. 1-1 count. Gators have the bases loaded, looking to extend their lead. Ball 2. Eric's coming as the ball gets past the catcher, and Eric's going to be safe. Tanner and DeRouche also advance. So we now have runners on second and third. Lathrop has a 2-1 count. Called strike. 2-2 count on Lathrop, with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Lathrop with a line shot up the middle. DeRouche has to avoid it. They're going to send DeRouche, and no throw. 2-run single for Lathrop. That'll give the Gators a 9-1 lead on Lathrop's first career hit. Matty Eric will be up to bat. Eric has walked and popped out to the shortstop. Actually, her last at bat, she popped out to the shortstop twice as the first pitch didn't count. We got a ball on the first pitch. Lathrop takes off. She's going to be called safe on the stolen base. Again, the Gators are much more aggressive on the base pass this season. Eric makes contact, and she beats out the throw to first. Lathrop's going to throw. Eric's going to get back to first. We're going to consult on the official scoring there. True. Error hit. Hit. You have beat out. All right. We're going to rule that an error on the pitcher. But Eric does get an RBI. Foul ball here on McCurvey. That pitch is high. Eric goes. The ball gets into center. Eric has a delayed run to third, and she's going to make it. Score is 10-1, favor the Lady Gators with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Maddie Eric's on third base, and Elena McCurvey is batting with a 1-1 count. Hubbers have called timeout to have a discussion with the pitcher, Khan. Looks like McKernan was running that meeting, trying to pull her teammates together. And McCurvey gets a hold of that one. That's going to burn the right fielder. That's at the fence. She's heading to second, thinking about third. She's going to go to third. Maddie Eric did score, and McCurvey's going to get a triple. That gives the Gators a 10-run lead at 11-1, with Bryn Evans coming to bat. Evans has grounded out and popped out to the third baseman, her 2 at-bats so far. And she jumps on the first pitch. That's a ground ball to the shortstop. That goes through the first baseman's glove for an error. And McCurvey's going to score. gives the Gators a 12-1 lead. And Glasgow is up to bat. She has a triple and a double in her first 2 at-bats. Takes a ball. And Evans is going to steal second. And the throw goes into center field, and she'll take third as well. Glasgow falls off the second pitch. We've got a 1-1 count. Ball 2. 2-1 count. Again, runner at third with 2 outs here. Another foul ball. Makes it a 2-2 count with 2 outs. Ball high. Full count. Kahn doesn't take much time on the mound. She catches the ball and she's ready to go with the next pitch. Glasgow grounds it to home. They try to go home. Evans scores ahead of the throw. Gives the Gators a 13-1 lead here in the bottom of the third. With Gordon coming up to bat. Gordon is grounded out to second and walked in her first 2 appearances. Gordon takes low. Second pitch bounces. Gianna takes second. Gordon has a 2-0 count. Ball 3 bounces, and Gianna takes third. Gordon takes ball 4. They get the ball back to the mound. She'll settle in at first. And Emily Eric up to bat. Eric walked her first appearance and grounded into a fielder's choice at shortstop her last time up. And she pops that one up on the infield. Pitcher and catcher collided, but the catcher was able to make a great diving catch for out number 3. And we head to the top of the 4th with the Lady Gators holding a 13-1 lead. And Edgar will be leading off for the Hubbers when we return. Okay. Oh, no. After 4, I think. I don't remember. Run or 13-1? 13-1. 13-1. Goodman for Smith. Okay. I got it. Okay, back for the top of the fourth. We've got Edgar leading off. She takes ball one low. Edgar walked in her first plate appearance. Ball two is a foul ball. 1-1 count. Ball two, just below the knees. Got a 2-1 count. The leadoff batter here in the top of the fourth. Strike two called. 2-2 count on Edgar. That ball bounces for a full count here on Edgar. Wilcox is up to 72 pitches here on opening night. Huh? Full count. Full count. Strike three called. We got a pinch hitter here for the Lady Hubbers. Jaden Goodman coming into the game. This will be her first at bat of the season. First pitch is low for ball one. Swing and a miss. 1-1 count. Ball low, 2-1 count. And my apologies. This is Jenna Goodman. I think I called her sister when she came up to bat. Ball three low. Strike. And ball four called. Bit outside. Goodman will take first. And Yingling will be up for the Lady Hubbers. Yingling grounded out to second or first at bat. And first pitch is a called strike. Ball 1. Got a 1-1 count here with 1 out. Ball 2. Eric fires it to first. And they catch Goodman sleeping. Nice throw by Matty Eric. Gets a second out of the inning. We've got a 2-1 count here on Yingling. Ball 3. And ball 4, as that one bounces in front of the plate. Teams are really struggling with the counts today. Nobody's quite sure when ball 4 happens. But the umpire finally gets Yingling to go to first. And we have Thomas up to bat. Thomas struck out looking her first plate appearance. Wilcox bounces that one in. She's up to 85 pitches here in her first outing. And the Gators are going to call time, and Coach Daniels is going to visit the mound. Might correct a couple of mechanics here for Wilcox. All right. Coaches clear the field, and the players are back ready to go. We have a 1-0 count here on Thomas. Once again, the Lady Gators are leading 13-1 here in the top of the fourth. Bria Wilcox on the mound for her varsity debut. And Maddie Eric is her battery mate behind the plate. Wilcox's pitch is a bit high. We've got a 2-0 count. Yingling is on first for the Lady Hubbers. She reached via walk. Called strike. Eric tries to pick Yingling off, but that ball glances off the glove of Gordon, who chases it down. Yingling stays at first. We have a 2-1 count here with 2 outs. Ball 3 called, a bit inside. Eric has the Hubbard runners quickly advancing back to first now after she's made a couple of nice throws to first base. That ball is grounded just foul down the first base line. And we now have a full count with 2 outs. Yingling should be running on the pitch. Lathrop's doing jumping jacks in left field trying to stay warm. The announcer may try that between innings. And ball 4 is a bit high. Although Yingling was not advancing, she was running back to first. So we now have runners on first and second. Weimer up to bat. Weimer walked her first at bat and came around to score the lone Hubbard run. Wilcox's first pitch is a called strike. The sun has gone down here at Port Allegheny Field as the cloud cover starts to roll in. Second pitch is a bit low. It gets past Eric, and the Hubbard runners advance. We now have runners on second and third with 2 outs and a 1-1 count. That pitch bounces, gets past Eric, but Yingling is not looking to advance on that one. Gives us a 2-1 count. I think Weimer's teammates are telling her to take that pitch there, but I don't know that she agrees in this cold weather. That ball's fouled off, excuse me. And again, deuces wild, 2-2 count with 2 outs. Weimer's choked up with a 2-strike count. And Wilcox's pitch is a called strike 3. That moves us to the bottom of the 4th. Coming up for the Lady Gators will be Alyssa Tanner, Bria Wilcox, and back to the top of the lineup with Sienna Lathrop. Look at some stats quickly. Wilcox has gone 4 innings. She's thrown 95 total pitches. She has 9 strikeouts and 6 walks on her varsity debut, while giving up 2 hits. For the Lady Hubbers, Khan has been on the mound for all 3 innings. She has 7 walks with no strikeouts, and she's given up 5 hits. And we'll be back in 60 seconds. I got an umbrella.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Drew, go grab the umbrella out the back of my car, please. All right, back from the bottom of the 4th. Alyssa Tanner leads off for the Lady Gators, and she swings and misses at strike 1. Tanner is grounded out to third and reached on an error to the third baseman. That pitch is a ball. We've got a 1-1 count. Ball 2 rolls in. Khan again is ready to go. Ball 3 is high. And Tanner gets a hold of that pitch. It's down the right field line, and that's foul. So Tanner now has a full count. Khan is up to 96 pitches on the day. Tanner goes down and gets that one, drives it to center field, and the center fielder, Goodman, makes a nice play. That'll be the first out of the bottom of the fourth. And Bria Wilcox up for the Lady Gators. She's walked twice. And that rolls in for ball one. Wilcox swings and misses. We got a 1-1 count. Foul ball. Wilcox has a 1-2 count on her. The wind's starting to pick up here as well. Ball two, just a bit low. Wilcox has a 2-2 count. And Wilcox drives that pitch to left field. It's over the shortstop's head. It drops safely for a single for her first career hit. Back to the top of the order with Sienna Lathrop. Lathrop has walked, grounded out to third, and singled on a line drive to center. First pitch is a ball. Lathrop inside outs that one. And Wilcox gets doubled off the first to close the top of the fourth. McKernan made a nice play on that ball from short, caught the line drive and heads up enough to get Wilcox, who had ventured off a first. And we head to the top of the fifth with the Lady Gators leading 13-1 still. Top of the order for the Lady Hubbers coming up with McKernan leading off. All right, we're back for the top of the fifth. McKernan leading off for the Lady Hubbers. First pitch is called strike. Lady Gators are looking to hold the Hubbers to 3 runs or less here to put the 10-run rule into effect. Wilcox's second pitch is grounded to short. Glasgow with a nice play, gets it over to Gordon for out number 1. Neff up for the Lady Hubbers. Neff has struck out swinging and doubled down the right field line. First pitch is outside, ball 1. And that fouls the second pitch off. 1-1 count. Wilcox readies. Ball's grounded back to Wilcox, who quickly fields it and gets it over to Gordon for out 2. And Kahn is up. Kahn has struck out swinging and walked in her 2 plate appearances. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. That last pitch was Wilcox's 100th pitch of the afternoon. And she gets a swinging strike on her first pitch to Kahn. Called strike 2. She's up. No balls, 2 strikes here on Kahn with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. And strike 3 called. And they're going to line it up. That's going to be the ball game. 13-1 final score. Final stat line for Wilcox, 103 pitches. She gave up 2 hits in her varsity debut, 10 strikeouts and 6 walks. She'll obviously get credit for the win. For the Lady Gators, McCurvey had 2 hits, as did Glasgow. And Wilcox and Lathrop both had 1. Multiple players scored for the Lady Gators. DeRouche, Lathrop, Eric, McCurvey all had 2 runs. Evans, Glasgow, Gordon, Eric, and Tanner all had 1 run. We'll be back in action on Friday as the Lady Gators will host Johnsonburg. And we'll try to get here a little bit early to prepare for the game. Thank you, and go Gators.